Yeah, what's up, you fucking Stunadas? This is Seanstradamus, the sports genius, formerly known as Sean Don. Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Mad Sports Fan. I've been dedicating these last few episodes to trying to educate you mathematically challenged assholes about certain things. I talked about betting with FanDuel. I'm still working on that pamphlet. I'm almost done with it, so I'm going to put it in the bottom of one of these links to the videos and shit like that. And you can buy it for cheap and have a little better education of how to gamble. But what I'm going to talk about this episode is, since it's almost tax time and it's in the middle of tax season, a lot of you assholes have already went and filed your taxes. And that's cool. I actually do taxes on the side for certain individuals. They trust me and they trust my eye and stuff like that. Why? I don't know, because I don't even trust my own self half the time, but it's whatever. So I do it, and I ran across a return, and I'm not going to mention any names because I don't breach confidentiality, but I ran across a return a few days ago, and it was what I would call the perfect return. This person owed the government $1 in federal funds. $1. Now, this person was a little upset because they weren't getting a refund back. And I'm gonna say, like, who the fuck stole my money? And I'm like, who the fuck you mean think stole your money? The government, shit. Uncle Sam take a big wet bite out of your ass when you single with no kids and fucking the more money you make. And I know it personally. So I'll leave it at that, based on how much owing Uncle Sam money and shit, the government. But I'm telling this person that it was a perfect return, because an actual perfect return would be if you owed them no money and they owed you no money. But owing them $1, that's just like a perfect return to me. The reason why it's perfect is because most people want a refund at the end of the year. But do you know what a refund really fucking is? It's you loaning the government your money interest-free for a fucking year. They taking out too many taxes, and then they give you back a refund at the end of the year. Now, I understand when you got child care tax credits and shit, and they give you back $2,500 per kid and stuff like that. That's different. Them giving you that back money, that's good. But them giving you back your money that you overpaid is a bad fucking thing. And I'll equate it to like this. Assume you got a buddy and y'all loan each other money. You give them $100 and they give it back to you $100. But they give you $100. If you don't pay them back at a certain time, you got to pay them $118. What would you say? You be like, get the fuck out of here. You taking my money to R&Es and shit in the FanDuel Sportsbook and making it rain and shit with my money and giving it back to me for free, for nothing and shit, but I owe you. If I owe you, that's basically the same thing as the government. At the end of the year, if they owe you money, they just hand it back. Be like, here's the money you overpaid. But at the end of the year, if you underpay, they like, nigga, if your shit ain't in by April 18th, you owe us points. Guess what? I'd prefer to go ahead and owe you points. If you have a problem with saving money, all you got to do is do this. Go online, go to Ally, go to fucking Capital One, go to an online banking system or something like that. Open up a checking or a savings account, preferably checking, because, I mean, savings accounts get a little bit more interest, but you get debit cards and shit with the checking account, and you can get to the money much quicker. I just personally prefer checking, but you can do a checking or a saving account, and all you got to do is go to your payroll department and tell them motherfuckers, take 10% of this check, of each check, and put it into this fucking account, and take the other 90% and keep it in my regular account. That way you'll be saving, say you make a G every pay period, you'll be saving $100 every pay period, every 2 weeks or so. You'll be saving $100 every 2 weeks. I mean, every paycheck, which would be $200 every month. Which at the end of the year, which goes by fast to the motherfucker, because it's already the second quarter almost of 2022 and shit. It's almost April 1st. You'll have $2,500 before you know it. Save it that way. Don't save it by fucking giving it to the government, giving it to some other asshole to wipe their ass with it and give it back to you for fucking free. They loaning and sending it to Ukraine and shit. And they're doing everything with your money. You gotta be a goddamn fool. You owing them $1 is fucking perfect. And guess what? The way I set it up where they would only pay that dollar on April 18th. I could have paid that dollar for them right then and there. They was like, man, you want to pay today? You want to pay April 18th? I said, no, you're going to pay the last second that I fucking owe you. Or that my client owes you. Because I'm not giving you no fucking money. I'm doing everything that the government allows me to do to do everything these white people do. And other people. Now, I'm not saying be like my uncle. I have an uncle who, he's gone right now. He's been gone for about 25 years. Rest in peace. But this asshole didn't pay rent. I mean, he didn't pay taxes or even file taxes for about 10 years. And this was in the 80s and the 90s and shit. He be getting the letter, be like, man, fuck him. You know? And then I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, this is not the way. And I'm young, and I still, at the time, didn't grasp the gravity of what the fuck this nigga was doing. But this motherfucker, next thing you know, boom, 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 somebody knock on the door. Like, who is it? It's the IRS. I go back, I'm like, man, dude, somebody at the door for you. And like, tell them I'm asleep. They like, man, tell them it's the IRS. Oh, shit, let me get up from here. Like, there he is. He talking to all nice to him now and shit. At first, it was fucking. I'm not saying don't pay taxes. Don't be stupid. Don't wind up wearing an orange jumpsuit and shit and being a guest of the state. Because the government gonna get their money. Don't do no dumb shit like that. Pay your taxes, but pay them, either owe them at the end of the year or break even at the end of the year if you can. So that means go to your fucking payroll department, and if you have, if you W4 0 or 1, bump it up to 2, 3, or 4. Or 5, or whatever the fuck they let you bump it up to. Have them take out as little taxes as possible, open up their checking account that I told you about, put that extra money into an account, which is making a little interest or something like that, which at the end of the year when you file and you owe, you'll either have that money there, you could pay them all the way off, which I personally still wouldn't do. I would fucking get on a payment plan with these motherfuckers and pay them over the stretch of a length, and use that money to be not only gaining interest, but then you'll have a lump sum later on to go buy a crib or something that you want. You ain't got to worry about it. Go buy you a car. You ain't got to worry about if you want to lease, you go drop $5,000, which I personally believe in leasing cars, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. But like I said, that's my free tax advice for the day. I'm giving it to you for free because people be calling me and shit, and like I said, I'm going to give it to them anyway because I don't like, I'm not the send-off guy. I'm not the guy that's going to sit up and watch you go around the corner and there's a fucking tiger around the corner, which I'm not even going to start talking about snowfall, but they be going too far and shit, but that's another time. I'm not the type of nigga to send you off. But I'm also not the type of nigga because people love to come back to you when they fucked up their life and be like, you never told me not. Motherfucker, I told you specifically not to do that. Or what to do. So, take forward what you will. There you have it. Another episode of the Iron Man Sports Fan. And if you liked it, comment. If you didn't, fuck your mother. Go fuck your mother. Peace and hair grease.